What's up, guys? It's Britt, and today I'm here with
Anthony.
Anthony. Yeah, that's him. A lot of you guys know by now that we're engaged. I got so many questions just about, you know, the proposal, the engagement, like how we met, and people who do know how we met are asking like how that went. So just we're gonna do a little story time, the story of us.
We met 2017, the beginning of the year. Oh, actually,
What?
2016.
Oh shoot. Yeah.
We both had Tinder, and then we matched in 2016. I didn't get a response back
Until 2017.
So when I did get a response back, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to use this anymore. So I don't have time and I'm really busy to, you know, talk to humans. And then that night, I get a message from her asking if it's too late. I was like, well, no, as a matter of fact, just in time. From there, it was just back and forth messaging on Tinder. And,
was that what it was?
well, it was me messaging her.
He likes to tell this story. He says that I was ignoring him.
You were.
No. I wasn't ignoring him. I was very busy with work and school. Was I even in school? No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I was also busy. The latter part of my university, which is primarily like my major classes, so bigger assignments, bigger things, a lot more work involved. But I found the time to, you know, at least message her, you know, good morning or good night.
Every day.
Every day, which is
And how often did I respond?
I get one response, maybe a couple times towards the end of the day.
I feel like I would always text you like super late when I had like nothing else and you were about to go to sleep.
Yeah. Every time. That went on for a little bit, and because we weren't texting, we were just using Snapchat to talk.
Which is funny because I have the habit of like I save all my snaps, so I still have like our first messages and stuff. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's funny for me because I normally don't. I would have pictured that as you like not wanting to talk to me, and I normally would be like, oh, I get the hint. I'll just, you know, keep on keeping on. For some strange reason, something about her made me, you know, it's like, I don't know what it is. I tell my roommate, I'm like, I don't know
Shout
what
out
it is,
to Alex.
Man. Yeah, I tell Alex, like, I don't know what it is, man, but I don't know what it is. I'm like pursuing her like a lot harder than I normally would in another person. And I've just persisted.
Yeah. I think after like 2 or 3 weeks of him like Snapchatting me every morning and every night, like good morning, good night. After I saw that, I was kind of like, wait, this dude's like very persistent. He's very nice. That's why I was like, oh wow, he actually seems nice. He doesn't seem like a douchebag. So I was like, hey, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
And he was like, hey, I'm coming home this weekend. Like, would you want to hang out? And I was like, sure. I think we're struggling to find like a good time or day because you had some like, you had competitions.
Yeah.
And so then you're like, the next day I'm going to be really tired, so I can't do anything. You did!
I know.
And then I had to work all of those days because retail, you work weekends. We found a date that actually worked for both of us because I had like one of my shifts switched at work. So I was like, oh, well, this kind of worked out. He was like, oh, do you want me to go pick you up? And I was like, nah, it's cool. Like, I'll meet you there. What if you're a serial killer? You still could be a serial killer.
True.
If I go missing. He was like, oh yeah, like I'll send you the address of the place, and I put it in the GPS and it was like, oh, it was Color Me Mine. And I was like, oh, I had literally always wanted to go to Color Me Mine. Like, since I was a little kid, we never went. I realize now we never went because that's expensive.
It is.
And we didn't even pick up our things. I'm so mad at us for that.
Yeah.
How was the date for you?
It was good. I enjoyed it. I thought, you know, had a good conversation and stuff while we were in there. We got there kind of late, so they're kind of closing while we were doing it. So we didn't get to finish either.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, it was like $100.
Yeah.
100 something, and we still didn't get to finish, and we didn't pick them up.
No. We were done, and I was like, okay, and she was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna go. I'm like, oh, that's why I thought it didn't go as well. I was like, do you want to get like food or something? She's like, yeah. We went to a pizza place right next to it. We ate and talked more, and you know.
I think that's where I had more fun, at the pizza place.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were talking about like a lot of things. I know we brought up like religion and stuff, which is like scary, but like we're both very on the same page.
We think a lot
we
alike.
Think so much alike, like so many different things. Like even now, like I think that's something that makes me really happy, is that like we think so much alike. So I'm like, oh, I don't have to deal with someone stupid. You have the same opinions as me for the most part.
For the most part.
After that, I was kind of like, he's nice. I'll keep him around for a little bit. And then, oh shit, I kept him around.
A little longer than a little bit.
For longer than a little bit. We went out on a couple more dates. We didn't date for too long.
No.
I remember too. So we went to Disneyland, and I swore he was gonna ask me to be his girlfriend there.
Wanted to. My brother told me not to.
Fuck you, Daniel. And then I was like, it's funny because my mom was texting me, and mom was like, he's gonna ask you out, he's gonna ask you out. And I was like, well, I'm gonna say no because I don't want a boyfriend. And that was stuck in my head. I didn't want a boyfriend. Why was I dating? I don't know. But I didn't want a boyfriend. And that was like, I was like, no, no, no. I had only been back for about a year. So I was still getting used to like everything and how people are here as opposed to Costa Rica. So I was kind of just like, I was like, no, like I'm not ready yet. I still want to go out and explore and have fun and do what I want to do, you know? So my mom kept asking me, and then when I got home, she was like, so nothing? And I was like, no, like I told you no. And even if he did say something, I would say no. And then it was a couple days later, like maybe 4 days later, we went to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I love the beach. And we went to the beach, and it was a beautiful day. This nice little beach not a lot of people go to. There was a beautiful shirtless man next to me. And he bamboozled me. He bamboozled me. He tricked me into being his girlfriend.
Yep. It worked.
It did. I remember it perfectly. I played in my head. You were like laying down like this, like facing up.
I turned
and then you turned to me. Yeah. And you're like, so like, are you my girlfriend? And then I was like, no. And you were like, oh. And then you turned back. And then you turned back and you were like, so like, would you want to be? And I was like, sure. And you were like, sure? And I was like, sure. And you were like, sure. And I was like, yeah. And then I remember in my head, I was like,
what did I just do?
Bitch, just a couple days ago, you were like, no. He tricked me. No, but I did really like him, and I was like, I'll give him a shot, you know? Because he was very nice. He's such a gentleman. He still is to this day. Even though I bug him about it, he still opens all my doors, and he still pulls out my chairs.
Yeah, after that, we'd spend the summers together. I'd go back to school. She'd come over every now and then. I'd go home every now and then. So luckily I wasn't too far away. But so we together all from my 2017 to my junior year to now.
Yeah.
And here we are, 3 years later, and
We're engaged.
we're engaged.
So that's kind of the story on how we met. We did meet through Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
It was very interesting. I did not expect it. I thought it was gonna be weird, and then now I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy how I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I just think it's crazy because it's like, had I waited another day to like message you, like I wouldn't have met you, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just crazy to see how like time works and like.
It's like we said, sometimes there's a lot of things that's happened with us that were like, it's not normal for these things to happen.
Yeah.
There are a lot of coincidences for things for us happening.
Of coincidences.
And, you know, here we are.
Yeah.
Forever.
Love you. I'm crying. But yeah, it's safe to say things worked out, and it's crazy that how they did. But we're both really, really, really grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward a few years, here we be.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of questions on how he proposed, and a lot of questions asking if there was video. I know, like, being on social media, like, a lot of your life does get documented, and a lot of your life is kind of out there for the world to see. I definitely did want our proposal and our engagement to be something that was more private, more for just, like, us two. and that's how it's gonna be. If you've seen the pictures, you know I was at the beach, and that's all you need to know. And we have a puppy. Look at her. It's like we can tell the world we have a puppy. There are a lot of questions about my ring too. I'll let you steal the show with this one.
So I'm not when it comes to like things, I'm a pretty simple human. I know she's a simple human. I don't know too much about rings. So, the internet's a great place to start. I was looking for something simple because she likes something simple, and, wasn't gonna break the bank. Just trying to be practical with it, and I came across this place called Ring It Come True. I had a catchy name, so I looked onto it. It was got to design it yourself. You got to design a ring yourself, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to pick something simple. I think she's sent me rings before, and
as most girlfriends do.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm lying.
So I was kind of like, well, I know she wants something simple. I didn't want anything that's too like gaudy or crazy. So I'm kind of just going through the options. Like, this looks nice. I think the little things that hold it kind of look like leaves or flower petals or something like that.
And I said yes. When I posted about it, a lot of people were actually telling me that they got their engagement rings from there too. And I was like, what? That was super cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to design your own.
Yeah.
It makes it a little more personal.
So, after seeing the ring and him talking to me about the whole process, I looked up their Instagram account and I was just mesmerized by how beautiful all the rings they make are. So I messaged the owner and told her thank you for helping us out and that I absolutely loved my rings so much. We messaged back and forth for a little bit, and she was able to give me a little summary on how her and her husband got started and all about the moissanite stones, because I had a lot of questions about it too. After working in the wedding industry, she said that she started to look around for engagement rings. She said she was shocked when she saw the prices for a diamond ring that she wanted. So she started looking for alternatives and came across moissanite. She was convinced there was a catch, but there was actually none. It literally looks like a diamond ring and is as durable and sparkly as one. The other major bonuses are that it's literally a fraction of the cost, and it's ethically sourced by being lab created. Moissanite's gonna last you a lifetime without getting you into a lifetime of debt, which is what Anthony and I were looking for, since we're getting ready to start this new chapter of our lives together. Eventually a family, a house, and of course a wedding. So it was a lot less stress on us. And yes, we do want kids, to those who ask.
Yeah, so I'll leave Ring Come True's website and Instagram in the description so you guys can go check out a whole bunch of their rings. They're all so pretty. But my opinion may be a little biased, but mine's my favorite. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys did have any questions for us, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. If you like this video, be sure to give a big thumbs up because that's cool too. Something you want to add, Anthony?
I have a YouTube channel as well. I'm making fitness videos.
So go follow that. That'll be in the description too. Yeah, thanks so much for supporting us. Everyone has been super, super, super kind, and we appreciate that a lot. You never want negativity. Like, why in general do you want negativity? So thank you guys so much for being kind, everyone who did know, and I hope we answered a few of your questions, and we're excited to take you on this journey with us through life and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.